We will start off using a square paper, but we will have to cut out a pentagon out of this square. Let's just fold it in half horizontally. And this is the fold here. Just make a pinch mark after folding this down diagonally. Mark it at the center, just a pinch, and just draw this out and fold this in half, also pinching on the same location. We will have this crossing. Now bring this point lower left corner to align to the intersection. Once this is aligned, just make the fold, diagonal fold. Bring this edge to this edge here, creating an angular bisector. Bring this edge to this edge, also making an angular bisector here. And finally mountain fold this middle line, a mountain fold. We will have this first piece here. We will just want to make a cut along this edge. And there we have a pentagon paper. We will start off with the white side. Basically, we will just make all the creases first, then only we will start to do the collapsing. Now first, just bring this to the center and make a pinch mark at this midpoint here. Just a pinch mark. This one. And bring this point to the midpoint that we did just now. And make a pinch mark. This one will be the first line that we will use to make the creases. Repeat for all sides. Fold to the middle, a midpoint, and from that midpoint, another midpoint. This is the fourth. This is the final one. And now, from this line here intersecting with the point, we want to make a fold that connects two of these points here. Now I'll be just drawing out the line to help to make the crease, but you can fold it manually by aligning two of this edge. Now connect all the points. You also can use a scoring tool to help to make the fold. Once I've scored it, usually the fold will be easier to make. Now proceed to do valley folds along all the lines that we have drawn. Now turn to the color side, and by pinching the first crease that we have made, we want to pinch and align this edge to the center. Align to the center here, make sure the midpoint meets, and fold the center, just the center part. We don't have to fold the whole way through. Basically what happened is we actually create a midpoint from this line to the center, a midpoint here. Alright, just repeat for the remaining four sides. Pinch this first and align this edge to the center. And we only want to crease just the middle. Pinch, align, and crease. Once this is done, we will also now turn over, and now we will make two more lines for each of this section. Right, so I'll just be drawing this. This is the line that we have just made. Basically just one more middle crease here and one more here. Now pinch this first line here and just fold this edge to the line, the midpoint that we see here. Fold and crease the back part. Essentially we have just made a midpoint here. Just repeat it for all remaining four sides. Pinch this part and align it to the center and crease the middle. Let me just draw out only one section on the crease that we have just made. And now for next step is to just make another crease that goes in between this section. Now just pinch this line here and fold it, align to the center and make the fold. And when we crease, we will just crease the middle part. We do not want to crease the whole way. Okay, let me just draw one of the section. And essentially, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. We have this line here, which is just 2 midpoints away, and 3 more lines to actually cut this section into 4 equal parts. And right now, the next step is to create some kind of diagonal line that will correspond to this inside line here. Where does it goes? Actually, it goes from the outer corner of the first line to the second line, to the midpoint of the second line. And it will goes like this. This one, the line will go here. Just make the fold that only just enough for that part. And the other line that we want to do is from the center of the second line to the corner of the other side. Just pinch and make the crease. This one will actually help us to do the folding, the collapse later. And for the remaining of my paper, I will just use a scoring tool. This is just a scoring tool. It will not have any visible lines, just that it will help with the fold later. We will just repeat the same as the one that we did. Of course, this one will not be visible on the video, but it's basically just the same lines. Once this is done, there are actually 5 more lines that we need to fold. It will be the point. This is the starting point, the center part of the second line, and it will be a diagonal line that reaches to the edge. Alright, and how to find the reference? So we will start off by this opposite side. There will be a middle line. This is the edge here. Just a line from this edge and go through the point, the midpoint, and draw the line. This diagonal line will also help with the folding, and we will just want to crease this line. Repeat for all 5 sides. I will again use my scoring tool, but basically it will be the same. A line from the edge here and go through the second line, the center of the second line, and make the scoring. Now all the folding has completed. We will now collapse. Turn back to the color side. We will start off collapsing from the outside to the middle and just fold along the first line, the first straight line. Fold it like this. We do not want to fold the whole way. Just make a fold so that it's 90 degrees sticking out, and at the same time fold the next section. And once we have these 2 points meeting, just pinch it so that it stays in place. Repeat the same thing, make a fold here, and when it meets here, just make the pinch. Repeat this for all the sides. Make sure that the fold actually is accurate. And this is for the final side. Just make the pinch, fold and pinch. We basically have some kind of a plate shape here. Now turn over. We will just have to repeat the same thing for the second line at the back side. Fold it, fold one side, and proceed to the second side. And once these 2 edge meets, just make a pinch. Just repeat for everything and it will collapse on itself. Now we have a plate on the other side. And repeat now for the third line after turning over. So you turn over. Just repeat for the third line. We will just be repeating on this until we reach the center. Make the fold, and do the pinch. and it will collapse. Now turn over again. This is the fourth line. Just make the fold and pinch. And finally turn back now to the color side. Basically we will just have to push this to the center and pinch everything into center until the star closes and we reach this. And now we would want to open a single flap. Open a single flap to reach here. Now remember the diagonal line that we have made, basically that goes from the corner to the center. We will just want to make a valley fold here along the line that we have made. Same with the other side. And repeat this for remaining sides. Just leave one flap out and fold along the diagonals that we have made. And once these two comes together, just pinch from behind so that it is firm. I'll be just repeating this step for all the sides. And we have this shape now. Now notice this one of the sides here. If I flip it to the back, we basically have one vertical line and one diagonal line. We would just want the vertical line to be a valley fold, and the diagonal line, as you can see, is at the back as the left. Make it to a mountain fold and pleat this so that it forms this shape. Repeat it for the other side. The vertical line as a valley fold and the diagonal line as a mountain fold, and pleat this. It will be basically just a pleating here. Repeat it for all the other sides. And finally, we want to do some kind of a swivel fold. Just make a pinch along the middle line. It doesn't have to be accurate, it's based on your taste. Just pinch here and push this flap back so that it will split up to an opening, right? And once this opening is there, just fold on the sides, on the openings. And at the back, right, you will see that this one will just want to fold it on itself. Basically, it's just an opening here to create the shape of the flower. Again, pinch this and push this flap backward while opening these sides, and fold the sides of the flower. At the back, we will just have to flatten this part. Repeat, just pinch on the place that you want to make the fold. Push this flap back and make the opening. And fold along the sides. At the back, just fold it flat. This is the fourth side. and the final part. And there we have it, the complete model.